Welcome back to the Aimmee Kodachian and the Expert Show, where we help you transform your business and personal life. As I promised, we bring some of the top experts in the world to help you do that. My name is Aimmee Kodachian.
Not Kardashian.
You're enjoying that, huh?
I just love that.
Good. Everybody loves it. That's why we keep saying it.
That's right.
Okay.
And I am your co-host, Stephanie Thompson. I'm a classically trained singer-songwriter. In this fourth segment, we're going to be talking about having leadership with fear with Charmaine Lee, and she's a faculty member at the A to Z Shift Academy, where you can see the website on the screen right now. It's atozshiftacademy.com, and you can go and learn from experts like her on all sorts of different subjects how to do things.
And they have 14 days free.
14
no
days
obligation.
Free access. Yes.
You can go check it, enjoy the 14 days. We have webinars, and then after the 14 days you can check out or stay with us for only $10 a month. Less than
$10 a month.
Yeah.
Yes.
All that
Yes.
you get access to this top speakers that you have to pay a lot of money to get access to them. But
And Charmaine, you wanted to start with a question. We have a question today,
Yeah.
so we're going to start with a question. I have the opportunity to take on a leadership role in my small community, but I'm afraid to do it. Too many people sit around and criticize and talk bad in an attempt to sabotage our leaders. It makes it difficult to walk out the door.
Yeah.
that's a
Okay.
long question.
Yeah, that is
But
a
it's
long
good
question. So I'm going to break it down a little bit because that was
Okay.
great. Leadership role. To take a leadership role in the community, isn't it true that we would have to step up and really
Yeah.
be in front of other people? And to be in front of other people is to avoid not having them say bad things about you, not to criticize. And that's basically what the question is about. Because a lot of times to be up front is to be open.
Yeah.
You're open on stage, and both of you have
Yes.
been there as
Yes.
well. So a lot of times people do not want to do that. That has to do with public speaking,
Yes.
which is number one, fear,
Fear.
right? It's a lot of fear that goes into, I have to expose myself, I'm going to speak up,
What
and
they're
I'm
gonna
going to
think of
share,
me, and-
right?
yeah.
And then what are they going to say after I speak? And so that does bring up and trigger a lot of fear. So if we looked at and the person that is asking the question, to take a role is to be confident in who you are, right? As you as a singer, and to be confident, then you are able to step up into the role that you were asked to do, because you are being of service to other people. And
Yeah.
this is what this show is about, as far as what we are going to offer in our services.
Yes.
And so we are stepping up to allow you to take it to the next step.
Yes, that's a good point here. When you put yourself that you are serving others, it's no longer looking at yourself anymore. And the fear will just disappear because you are leading and you're serving others. Therefore, there is no attention about you.
Yes.
It's always about serving, so it's not about you.
Yes, it's no longer
Right?
about
It's
you.
no longer about you. Just put that in mind. That's a great point. Okay,
Yes.
what more? Give us some more.
Well, one of the things that I wanted to share with everyone is when you're a leader, and how you would live with fear. Because a lot of times when we're leaders, we forget that we do all have fear.
Yeah.
Nobody is
Without
immune to
fear.
it, right? Everybody thinks, oh well, that person speaks well, or that person's a
Yeah.
great actress or actor, and so they feel, some people look at them and they say, oh, they don't have any fear. How can
That's
I go
not
do
true.
it? No. It's always about checking in with self. It's
Yeah.
always about knowing where you are.
Or managing that
Yes.
fear, how far you could take your fear and how far your fear is going to stop you from being the leader, right?
Yes, exactly. If we use fear to project us to be able to step forward, fear can also be a positive in your life.
I love that. Fear could be positive because that could push you,
Yes.
right?
Oh yeah, it propels you
Right.
forward.
If you're afraid what they're gonna think of you, you're gonna do your best.
yes.
So
absolutely.
you're pushing yourself. I love that. Okay.
Because as an entertainer, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know that you're going to perform, and sometimes it could be really special. special place, special person out there in the
Yes.
crowd.
Yes.
And you're still going to propel yourself forward, right?
The show must go on.
Yes.
Go on.
And so, and we are not saying that, oh, well, we want you to not have any fear. We're
Right.
saying that if you do feel the physical sensation of having fear, you know that you are a leader getting ready to share, to
Yeah.
give something to people. And so if we truly look at what fear is all about, it is part of us. And so if we lead with fear, we will always know where we are. We know where our fears are at.
You're no longer fear of the fear.
Yes.
You're no
Yes.
longer fear of the fear because you're okay with it.
Yes.
And when you're okay with something, you just be natural to you. I'm afraid right now. I'm recognizing that. But guess what? I'm gonna push my fear to get me to be better.
Yes. And that's where you overcome fear, is you
Yeah.
take that step. Then you realize, oh my gosh, I can do this. And then you take the next and you start to overcome so many thoughts and emotions that's connected to the fear. And
Sure.
that's what it's all about.
And not only that, when you have a coach like Charmaine, you could be walking with fear, living with fear, leading with fear
Yes.
in the correct way without being really having the fear to take you down. The opposite, she will get you to use your fear into making you the best leader that you could be,
Yes.
right? Because you can
Absolutely.
guide them and they're not alone anymore.
No.
I think most people fear when they feel like they're alone. Is that, you think?
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause That's the
alone.
worst feeling in the world, to
Yeah.
feel like you're alone.
Yeah, and then also the confusion. I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing. But then when you have someone who coaches you and then guides you, then you're not alone anymore.
True.
Yeah.
And
Very
that helps you a lot to shine and be the best you can be.
Absolutely. Because that's what we want. We
Yeah.
truly want to, it's human nature to want approval. And because we want approval, sometimes we look outside of ourselves instead of inside of us,
Yeah.
our wisdom and our knowledge. And to know that our imperfections is a part of us. And so that way we can move forward and we can grow and we can learn so much, because success, it follows what you want. Success follows what you want, because if you do know what you want, it'll always be successful. And no matter if you are, proceed to gain that as part of your success, or maybe you might not get that success, right? I mean, how many times have you, either one of you,
Yeah.
experienced that?
Sure,
Right?
sure. And if you don't admit that, you're not really human. Then
Yes.
Right.
if you say, I don't have any fear of anything, that's denial.
I know.
Right there, right?
Yeah, it
That's
is.
denial. I don't
Right.
have fear of anything. Well, you always have fear. I always, when I go on the stage, I have that fear, but I turn my fear into focusing on other people, focusing on my services, focusing on how I'm going to change their life. Then my fear just kind of disappear. But you
Yes.
always have that.
Yes.
Like you were saying, this is awesome. You're fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes, that's the kind of
Reflections.
people I bring in, right?
That's right.
This is beautiful.
So this was such great information, and you can go to akandtheexperts.com and you can watch all of our other shows on that website.
Or maybe they're even on it. This is not live right now, they're probably in AK
if
and the
you're at
experts.
akandtheexperts.com,
Right.
you can take a look around and see what other things there are on the website.
Yeah.
And next week we are going to have AJ Dayal, and he's going to tell us how to invest in real estate.
Yeah, it's gonna be an awesome show next week. So if you want to invest, you have investment to make, and you're in the market to buy house or business or whatever, make sure you tuned in next Thursday at 4:00. See you next week. Take care.